morning and welcome to Cassandra Bright's Bright Vibes by Cass. My name is Cassandra and today we're going to be talking Eckhardt Tolle's Conversation of Emotional Triggers. But before that, I want to express to you my gratitude for you showing up this morning to listen to this mini podcast and let you know also that I'm multitasking. So those of you who are looking to expand yourself in business, I like to incorporate little tidbits of information from other aspects of what I'm up to because I'm one person, I'm a human being, and I am more about the be of service aspect versus how I look. So I didn't spend an hour in the bathroom getting my makeup and hair done and put on a fancy outfit. What I'm doing right now is I'm charging my phone in my workout clothes because I'm about to go on a 6-mile walk. But before I go, so while I'm charging my phone, I want to be productive. So I'm going to go ahead and initialize the information that I plan to deliver you sometime today, because if I can do the information now versus later, that will free me up opportunities to continue reading on, gifting you the information of the secret team, gifting you more information on the Baptiste yoga community, gifting you information on the essential oils production and content that I want to express to you, not as in a get you to do something, but as in this is valuable information that will expand you on your journey. Great. Okay, cool. So we're talking emotional triggers. Emotional triggers generally, in the idea of where we're at now, it stems from the ego meets the unconscious. Okay, so it's when the ego reacts, it's aggressive. Emotional triggers are ego aggression, usually you could do it in a way of interacting with someone else. They could say something that emotionally triggers you into reacting in a certain way, and you literally rear your head up and attack. The other way is you're setting up a podcast and you drop something and you have an emotional trigger. Now, it's not necessarily always about you, honestly, although that's what people will tell you. However, it is always about you. It is you're in a weakened space in your mind of the subconscious based on external sources, and you just haven't had the growth yet to master the technique or the experience to know your emotional triggers to stop it. You also want to be aware that you have to have the desire, you have to have a definite purpose in wanting to stop the emotional trigger. The way you catch a trigger is creating the idea that you actually get triggered. It's like in the 12-step program with the AA program where they say, admit you have a problem. Everything is not a huge problem. However, because you have an emotional trigger, consider that it's not that big of a deal. Consider that. However, this could technically trigger me. She literally knows that I'm working on the camera and I could go into a nut job experience with Alice when all she wants is outside. But she doesn't realize that I'm working. Or does she? It's the test. This is how it works. You get that you have to do the work. Look out. You have to encounter the trigger in order to create the open access to find the freedom around being triggered. So the first step is finding that small presence or awareness and having the desire to recreate yourself to interact with the trigger in a new way. And then you'll have a whole open access to tools, meaning you won't initially just show up with the trigger and then just sit back and let the trigger happen. No, you're going to actually bump up against the trigger. You possibly will be in front of people interacting with the trigger. Consider that's your benefit of equivalent of benefit. Some people are just demons, but we're not talking about them. We're currently talking about you. Some people have reactions to demons that are emotional triggers. And some people are just insecure and bullies. The bullies are the one that send the physical attack. However, they can sit back like this. I got her. I got one. I got one. I got one over on him. You might feel physically attacked and you feel inclined with an insane mind, meaning you're reacting to the insane mind. Now, these things I'm teaching you are for the sane mind, okay? I want to get that very, very clear. When you get attacked, which you think is attack, it technically is attack. Sometimes you feel physical in a telepathic way. Sometimes it's the defense of a verbal, energetic exchange that causes a trigger. And then the trigger becomes the defense mechanism. So you can also consider it to be an offense or defense move. However, you need to switch your idea around what the offense and defense of a sane mind looks like. And that's all a powerful opening access for you to recreate yourself, because you don't like having an emotional trigger. However, you haven't been given the tools in a new process of direction for you to evolve it into where you can see the opening of access to get clear on ways to dismantle it. Dismantling the energy. Be okay with the attack. When I experienced myself being attempts at triggered these days, in the old days, I literally showed up for you to show you what a trigger would look like. Now I block it. It's like I have an invisible shield blocked. It's kind of like the She-Ra shield, right? Sometimes when you have a trigger, it's an uncovering also of your pain body. Your pain body is past life, current life, holding on to painful experiences from when you were a child or from a past life. Those all carry with you into each lifetime. What was that begins the process? So a lot of the time when you want to break your pain body down, you have to find the incident, the emotion attached to the incident. You have to experience a breakthrough in the incident, specifically speaking to a breakthrough in the emotion. And I can guarantee you, if you are experiencing a pain body, you are still dealing with the same experience. It just looks in a different person, attached to the same emotion. You must be grounded. You must be grounded with your definite purpose. You must be grounded in who you are, which is why your physical practice is important. Whether it be standing quietly still or sitting for 5 minutes. It's the work. It's like looking around. That's not grounded. That's not grounded at all. Grounded is solid in your space, rooted to the earth, solid. Most people don't understand what grounded is. However, they preach it as if it's the gospel, which then creates not grounded. It's an energy field. Ego is only unconscious, but you can redirect ego into, as you develop, the unconscious becomes the conscious, and then it just becomes unconscious again. It just becomes your natural way to interact because it's the nerve connection thing. The person that attacks you will definitely tell you that they are not attacking you. It's part of adding into your emotional trigger. That's when you need to take a look and say, I'm very self-aware. This person is toxic. I don't care if it's your mother, your father, your sister, your brother. I do not care. I am 100% sure that when I react and I'm next to you, I am being triggered. If you want to hang out with me, then that person will not be around. That is you being strong in who you are, and you do not care about anyone else in this situation. You care about yourself. It's the levels of what you're willing to put yourself through. Like, do you want to be bothered and put in the work? No, I don't. Then there's your answer. Even in your decision making to not be a part of someone's existence becomes a powerful existence for you because they'll end up playing the victim, and that is their responsibility. The doors close. See when the presence of a battle of a demon is necessary and when something is empty and meaningless. Meaning if we all go around acting as if everything is empty and meaningless, you will never evolve society into good behavior because there's no consequences. That's how the demons have gotten up to the point of where they are at this point, is because y'all have done no groundwork on it. Being solid in who you are, knowing how to battle a demon, understanding your emotional triggers and not letting them see you triggered or even feel you triggered. Because that's your powerful way of being. It's also a note for you to know that when you are emotionally triggered, no matter whether you're dropping something, you're allowing something in a spiritual realm or in real life to take your power. And that's what it looks like. You see the power that's created when you can take over your own mind. Some of you are channeling the bad spirit. Some of you are extremely spiritual and you haven't been listening to the right voices. And then that movement is a little pushing sideways. The moment the pattern of anger comes in, stop it by shining the light on it. You could even go as far as to say, well, why did you just say that? You may actually get triggered by being embarrassed too. The reaction of them being embarrassed for you is another example. And an action of being triggered is also their judgment of you. But that's also a demon within them and a demon within yourself. So this is why it's so important, y'all. I cannot say this enough, is to take control of your mind. So what? You made a broccoli video where you farted and you jump right to left. The video is valuable. So what if nobody liked it or got it? You got it. You know what it did. You actually got people thinking and talking. Farting is a normal action. Some people even got laughter off of it. Awesome. Yet they're trying to trigger us, trigger me. What does that say about them? You want to take a look at it like that too, right? Shine the light. It looks in all many new perspectives. You will actually even find new ways to shine the light on it. Make a video implying. Be direct. Say nothing. Read the room. Start learning to be multidimensional, because when you're multidimensional, they don't know what your next move is going to be. Being self-aware, when you drop that thing and you get really pissed off, sometimes you do at home by yourself, like me, act like a fool. None ya business. What I do is I get on my spin bike, I go for a run or a walk, I do some yoga. The whole time I'm having the tantrum, I know that this is not me. Learning to be with the trigger warning and learning to suppress it when necessary becomes a natural way of being. And then eventually things that used to bother you just become what's so and empty and meaningless, and your self-awareness is out the door. You become so intelligent and so emotionally aware that you are aware of what's going on here. You sing, you laugh, you are in the presence of the fact that somebody is trying to trigger you, whether it be a demon in spiritual land or a demon sitting across from you on the other side of a cell phone. That is how they get their joy. That is how they get their rocks off. I know this for a fact because growing up, my dad used to do it to me, but gentler. That's dad's demon. But can you tell the difference in levels of demonhood, right? There's the violent ones, and then there's mild ones. Reactions are dealing with the demon. Everyone has their own demon they're working. 2 envelopes. Which wolf will you feed? People make mistakes. That's why we have forgiveness. Are you willing to do the work with forgiveness? For my dad, absolutely. Besides, it's actually, when I look back, it is a little humorous. And sometimes it's a blind spot and a lack of self-awareness for them, because each individual, no matter how old you are always on your lesson. You're always learning lessons. There's a reason why this person does this thing to this person, to teach them a lesson. Also, to teach that person a lesson. When you know it's there, you don't ignore it. Suppression is when you ignore it. That's how you get pain body. You choose to battle, and the battle looks unique to each situation and to each moment, but you choose to battle. Sometimes the battle is a conversation. Are you feeding the demon? Feeding the demon would be showing the reaction and letting them enjoy the reaction. That's feeding a demon to where they're going to do it to somebody else and they're going to continue on with it. Tai Chi shows you how to move energy as a subcategory for the arts of moving energy. Sometimes when you're dissolving demon energy, your body will shake. It's an evolution to your advancement. It's an evolution into becoming powerful around said demon. Writing it down on paper becomes a more solid version in handling the demon to weaken the demon. Meaning you might be writing a story and showing a problem, but you always want to have a resolution and then leave yourself empowered in it. Otherwise, the demon follows you. Because whether you know it or not, their demon is over your shoulder watching. And even more so, you say, get the hell out of here. You are not welcome here. That is a universal law. I had something else I wanted to say about that, but I forgot. Another way the demon works. Just moving on. Nature. Moving energy as we're discussing here. Encounters with nature. Sometimes they can even hinder your acceptance into being in nature. However, it becomes a lesson for you because we all love nature. I do not care who you say you are. If you do not love nature, then you do not belong here. Nature is amazing. You get to see what you see. There's no judgment. You can see beautiful things like flowers. It's an aliveness of presence. Or you just look at it like a plant. Perspectives. There's an experience of discussion around past lives, of paying your toll of karmic cycle. Some people in a past life were evil as can be. And some are saying that they're not evil in this lifetime and may not be. However, it's invisible to the eye that you were evil in a past life. So what you're paying for in this lifetime is payment for your previous life. How do you pay for previous bad duties? Is you do good in this life. But you still have to repent for what you did before, which is why you're in such a struggle state. However, some people are pure and pure demon and they will never evolve. Which is how we've had the reincarnation and the slip through of people believing in their advancements. However, they only reversed advanced and continued to get more evil. And with COVID, it really heightened what we were headed for, and it accelerated at a rapid rate. I'm invisible to the eye. You say to yourself, I am not that lifetime, and I choose goodness. Triggers. I am not that lifetime, and I choose goodness. This is an individualistic, you do not look at anyone else. You are in your own energy space. So many people of you looking to other places for validation, when the problem is the emotional triggers come from other people. Battle with self to be the good. Do bad things, do bad things, do bad things, do bad things, do bad things. Okay, I'll do bad things. Weak. That's the weak-minded. Go riot on the streets, go riot on the streets. Okay. Versus that's actually a trigger. There's a lot going on in that, whether it be greed, control, narcissism, right? Battle with yourself to be good. I know this is wrong. I am not going to do that. Your first step to ego evolution. People in jail understand it. Concept of thought versus action in life. Concept of thought. Concepts are just thoughts. It's pie in the sky. Okay, I'm going to be good. Ooh. Grounded in absolutely no change. Versus I'm going to be good. I battle myself to be the good. Everything in me wants to kill them. CIA tells you. But I am so solid and self-aware in who I am, I would never do something like that. That's how solid I am in my goodness. And that's how you have to be with it. And that's how you battle and you win. And it'll show up its head again, and you'll battle it again, and you'll battle it again, and you'll battle it again. CIA does this to you, by the way. What's his name with Sandy Hook is correct. You can reinvent your spirit. Meaning if you continuously tell the bad spirit that they're wrong, they're going to get bored and they're going to leave. Reinventing yourself into positivity with opportunity. The real meaning of beauty is essence, not physical form. I'm going to promise you that anyone who looks beautiful is ugly as cow poop. Looks like a cockroach. Anyone who gets all that done up beauty junk and walks around like they something special is nothing but a cockroach. And I'm utilizing cockroaches. However, cockroaches are really nice. The ones that I know are the palmetto bugs. However, cockroaches on the outside might look really unattractive, but on the inside, they're really kind of nice. However, the social media model influencer looks like the cockroach, with the inside of a, what's that thing? Hyena. That is a social media influencer inside and out. Inside's a hyena. Outside is a cockroach. Nasty. And most of them stink because they use nasty perfume, which you pretend to like, and you know it stinks. Essential oils smell amazing. Natural body essence. Pheromones. I love the way I smell. And I didn't even put deodorant on. However, I do wear deodorant. Indian. Y'all reek. Put some deodorant on and stop eating so much bull crap. That food really is not healthy. Patience. See yourself in others. Use toilet paper. You never get shit off your ass unless you use toilet paper. We are not in India. Be aware of others and notice if they are the problem. Indians are the problem. They have mind manipulation abilities and they're crooked. And they sell their businesses to family members so they don't have to pay taxes. And we all know it. However, the government doesn't say anything. Once again, middle class picking up the bill. Do they need attention and are they enjoying the trigger? Indians don't give a crap about how you're feeling. That's how self-centered they are. Dead inside and empty. They will watch you die on the floor and they will not even assist you. They will have no emotion about it. They have learning to be too down, if you know what I mean. Because you can take being to the space where you have no emotion, you have no self-discovery, and you care about nobody else but yourself. So again, they miss the whole ball game on the fact that there's a balance. Self-learning. They secretly don't know themselves. A Sagduru is a full of shit. Unwind from Osho, unwind from Sagduru. They are the examples of what it looks like to be too enlightened and too full of themselves as if they're gods and they ain't shit. Head hit, Sagduru. Meaning if you don't worship them like they want to be worshipped, just like Donovan, then they will abuse you and violate you and put violence upon you and destruction. Some of them have multidimensional layers in that, meaning not only do they want to be worshiped by you, but they want to control you too. So if you don't say and do what they want, then they will violently abuse you too. Not only that, they will also stand before a community in a group and purposely make other people feel like shit on purpose. It's the enjoyment they get of what they call the game. However, you live in fear existence, which allows them to feel rise in power, instead of look at them as if they ain't nothing, which is the truth. I don't give a crap if you're 150 pounds, 300 pounds, 124 pounds, 123 pounds. Equal. This is the meaning of equal rights. You do realize that that's what you're actually battling, right? Equal rights is individuals like Monavand who thinks they're better than everybody else. However, you put the stamp of Black Lives Matter on top of it. However, within their own community, they're not equal. Within the whole world, we're not equal. And you can blame the Democratic Party for that and the CIA, because the more they keep us in discomfort, the more they can abuse us. Naming a rose is necessary. However, you want to know that it's all made up. Calling this a notebook is necessary so you can take out concept and create form. However, the word notebook is made up. Not only that, but when we're communicating back and forth, you take the ability to create notebook as conversation in communication. Point of being here on the planet. Congratulations, you discovered it. So there's a little multidimensional aspects in that to know that this is empty and meaningless, knowing that it's full of meaning, knowing the difference, tapping into your emotional triggers as evolution, growth processes. As you begin your journey, you will be triggered, which is the powerful beginning to your that ain't gonna work for me no more. I mean, I'm really serious how powerful that is. You might feel embarrassed. So what? That is what you're being triggered by. That is what you're going to work through. You're going to say, I felt really embarrassed when that happened. I felt really embarrassed when that happened. I can't believe I said that, but I love myself anyway. The 12 laws of success. I wonder who it was that made me feel that way. It was probably that ugly girl in the green outfit or that white outfit who she wears that outfit everywhere they go. It's obvious she doesn't have any money, which is why she's with that dude. She's so trying to steal him away from the community, and all I wanted was an autograph. I don't know why it had to be like that, but I know I'm something special, and I know I'm going to listen to my positive guides. I'm proud of myself how I was when I stood in front of him. I don't even care what he thinks. I only care about myself. I care about being a good person. I care about helping my community, and I care about my definite purpose. And I understand that this is the equivalent to benefit, and I'm going to learn a lot from what I just discovered about myself and about that hoe in the green dragon outfit. And that's how social media influencers operate at this time, yet nobody's doing anything about it except for fluffing their asses. Let me read to you what my goals are What you can conceive, you achieve. Marry and work with V and thee. Babies, God's work, healing to those deserving, writing, oils, singing, acting, education, the viral video. Also, things that are goal-oriented for me. Embarrass the full of it. Expose the Democrat, expose the Klan, expose the female, execute them. Take down the corrupt U.S. government. BLM destroyed and held accountable. Get our money back. Take out corporate America and stop the violence. Global unification. So remember, I had you all do this. I'm curious to know what you wrote down, because even with these topics that I wrote down, I could create like 6,000 different videos on it. Like, it's so easy for me to make a video now, which is what I can teach you. Anyway, it's 41 minutes into a discussion. I'm going to turn this off, post a couple of these now. I'm going to chop it up, make some TikToks as advertising, and then I'm going to turn the camera to music mode. I'm going for a walk, and I may or may not, depending on how I feel, going to make some videos to post to social media as I walk around on my journey. So I'm going on an adventure. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you learned a lot. I hope you enjoy the journey, enjoy the process. I hope you're brave. And my name is Cassandra Bright. Gary V plus me in and thee.